Welcome, yogis. Today we're practicing with the Panther. We'll be looking at the idea that the source of all power lies within stillness and silence, with a luxurious yin practice. So let's lie down on the back and just bring your knees in towards your chest. As you exhale, let your knees move towards your body. Tug them in a little tighter, and as you inhale and your belly naturally expands, let your knees move away from your body. One of the qualities of the Panther is the silence. You could call it deadly silence, really, because a panther would need this kind of silence and attention to hunt efficiently. So today I will make every effort to speak a little less. So don't panic if there's long periods of silence, you guys, I'm still here. Let's bring the left foot to the mat and bring your right ankle just above your left knee for sleeping pigeon. And you can keep that left foot on the floor for a time, and then eventually you may want to pick it up and hold around the left leg. Just letting yourself fall into the shape and fall into the silence. Gorgeous. And then from here we're going to twist, so retain the shape of your legs and just take your right foot to the floor for sleeping pigeon twist. Just let yourself become very cat-like here. Let yourself luxuriate or have luxury in this shape. Embody the shape-shifting capacity of the Panther. Let everything about you today become a little more sensual. Let the breath deepen. Let the body soften. So your practice becomes very cat-like. Release the hinge of your jaw. Allow your practice to be all about the luxury, like taking a hot bath. Or eating a good meal. Or taking an afternoon nap, and give that quality of attitude to your practice today. When you're ready, engage your belly and take yourself out of that twist. And then we're going to extend the right foot up towards the ceiling for a hamstring stretch. You can use a strap, or you can hold your thigh or your calf, your ankle or toe. You can flex and point the foot maybe a few times. Whatever feels good here. Beautiful. Now let's bring the right foot down to the bottom of your mat and your right arm up above your head, and take a full body stretch through the right side. Again, remaining very cat-like. And we're going to repeat that sequence on the other side. So bring your right foot to the mat and your left leg. Ankle crosses just above the knee. For your sleeping pigeon, and you can keep the foot on the floor, or you can lift that right foot up and embrace your right leg. Use your breath to soften everything, to iron out any kinks in the body. Close your eyes. Move into the darkness, the stillness, and the silence of the inner self. The domain of the Panther. And in your own time, let's take this shape into a twist. So your left foot comes to the floor, shape shifting. When you're ready, engage your belly and come out of that twist. Bringing your left foot up towards the ceiling. Let's take a stretch through that hamstring. And then release that stretch, you guys. Bring your left foot down to the bottom of your mat, your left arm up above your head, and take a full body stretch along left side of body. Just feeling any feline inclination inside of you. And then bring your knees to your chest. Your arms go wide into a nice T shape. And drop your knees to your right. Twisting here. And you can play around with extending a little more through your left arm. There's no forcing. Everything nice and easy. It's more of a stretch and then a release. The hinge of the jaw is soft. The breath is soft. As you lie here like the panther, I think of this soft black fur. The embodiment of luxury that cats do like no other. luxury and the power of silence. From here, you guys, you can either stay where you are or you can extend both of your legs straight. So stay in the twist, which is straighten the legs if that feels good for your body. Otherwise, just stay in the twist as you are. When I think about the power of a cat, the luxury of a cat, and how powerful they are, how they embody that kind of self-assuredness. It reminds me of like cats are so self-confident when they're quiet, just looking, just being. But as soon as like a cat starts to make a noise, it breaks its mystique. So if you think about a cat meowing or a cat screeching, it's like that power is broken. It's just a little observation. So just feel the power of your own stillness, your own silence. And then slowly bend your knees and come back to center. And we'll take that twist to the other side when you're ready. So hug the knees into the chest first, and then drop the knees over to the left. Once you find comfort in this stretch, you can choose to play around with extending a little more through your right arm. Stretching out like a cat. And then when you're ready, if you want to, you can extend both legs out, stay in the twist, so just straighten the knees. Of course, you can always stay where you are. And just feel yourself dropping into stillness, bit by bit. And dropping into your own silence. The source of power lies within stillness and silence. Let's inhale here, you guys. And exhale, use your belly, bend your knees, slowly make your way out of this twist. And when you find center, bring your knees in towards your chest. Put your hands onto your knees and just gently separate your knees and circle them out and then back in. So you're making circles with your knees. You feel this massaging the hips. And then make those circles in the other direction. Then retain your inner cat and with ease and grace, in whatever way works, bring yourself up to a seated position. Grab your block and we're going to sit in hero, so we're going to effectively just kneel. But if you start sitting on your block, either the first or second level, maybe even 2 blocks, and then maybe even start on 2 blocks if you feel your knees are tight. So effectively you're kneeling and using a block to prop you if there's anything going on in your knees. Close your eyes once you get there. Breathing deep, allow your exhalation to take you back into that inner stillness. If the mind is busy and trying to take you away from that stillness, use the breath and use the sensations in the body to bring you back. Panther people who embody that panther energy tend to be really great listeners. So really listen to yourself here today. And if you want to stay in this position, then stay. If you want to take your block down a level, or if you're on 2 blocks, take a block away, then you can do that. And maybe you can take the block away completely and just sit between your feet. So your toes will point back to the mat behind you, back to the sort of top of your mat. I'm just sitting here. If this is too much, come back to sitting on a block. And stay within your listening sense, just listening to the body. If it is possible for you, you can take your hands behind you and just lean back into your hands. Just feeling the soft adjustment that the legs make here. Keeping the eyes closed, so there's no pressure to achieve anything. Panther people actually, as well as being great listeners, are very quiet achievers. Maybe you can lean back onto your forearms here, quietly, without any fuss. Maybe not. And neither one is better than the other. And maybe from your forearms, you might like to take a block and place it behind your head and lie all the way back. Or under your shoulders and lie all the way back, or a bolster. Keep listening to yourself as you move through this. And if you're not moving through these progressions, if you're still seated, feel yourself that quiet achiever. You can actually feel all of the little micro adjustments in the body. Know that you are doing your body good. Just let yourself be in ease and grace, like this beautiful panther. Make sure that your practice still feels like a luxury, like a nourishment, not a punishment. And slowly, slowly, slowly start to think about coming out of this pose from wherever you are. And make your way back out incrementally. So move through this sort of the stages of getting there to getting back. Taking your time. Once you find your way back, we're going to just sit up, lean the body weight forward, and tuck your toes underneath you. So lean right forward onto sort of all fours. Tuck your toes underneath you so it's like you're wearing high heels. Make sure to reach back and find your little toes and make sure that they are involved and participating. And then just lean onto your hands to stretch your feet. If you like, you can sit your way back into your feet. So you feel the arches of your feet getting a good stretch here. Lovely, and then come out of that. Separate your knees if you like, or bring the knees together, whatever your preference. Come into child's pose. And just feeling that shift that you've made in, half an hour or so of practicing. It's dropping into the stillness and the silence and the power of you. Giving yourself that luxury. And if you want to continue with the luxury, then I will see you in part 2. Otherwise, namaste and thank you for practicing. Om Yogis, welcome to part 2 of our practice today with the Panther. From child's pose, we're going to come to lie on the belly. And extend your right arm out to the side at shoulder height. And pretty simply really, we're just going to roll the body to the right. So we're rolling towards that outstretched arm, nice and slowly. You can take a block or a blanket underneath your head here. Make sure that you're not craning the back of your neck, so look down, look in, and take your legs into any position that supports this stretch through your right shoulder, right chest. Your palm can be turned up or down, entirely up to you. If for any reason this stretch is just too intense for your body, you can always do the same thing against a wall. So you can stand up against a wall and just turn towards the shoulder and use the wall as like a guide. Let the hinge of your jaw relax. The panther is famous for not being frightened of the dark. It's a powerful symbol in many different cultures. So close your eyes and let yourself drop into the darkness, the inner stillness, the silence. Release the hinge of your jaw. And then very slowly, in ease and grace, start to roll yourself out of that. Don't let yourself be rushed. Be like that cat in your own time, regardless of what I'm saying. Be your own boss here. Coming out nice and slowly, we're going to do the same pose on the other side. So this time your left arm, extends out to the side and you roll towards that arm. Remember, you can place a block or a blanket under your head, and you can take your legs into any position that supports the stretch. Feeling yourself embodying that shape-shifting capacity of the panther as you move from shape to shape. Feel yourself embodying that luxurious energy of the cat, the powerful cat in stillness and silence. Keep letting yourself drop back into the pose, going deeper and deeper, letting go A little more each time you breathe out. Beautiful. Let's inhale here, you guys. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly come out. Do not allow yourself to be rushed. Really embrace that feline quality of self-sovereignty, self-assuredness. When you find center and when you're ready, press yourself up and back into child's pose. So the panther manifests from the void, I guess. It manifests lunar or feminine power on earth. When I talk about lunar or feminine power, this applies to you regardless of your gender. We all have both aspects. The panther is a symbol of all phases of female power. The child, the maiden, the seductress, the mother, the witch, the priestess, the warrioress, the crone. The panther is a symbol of containment and darkness, symbol of the moon, of water, silence and winter. And as you sit here in child's pose, you might want to just reflect on what aspect of the panther resonates with you today. It's just nice to connect in this way with whatever animal we're working with. Lovely, and then from child's pose, let's come to seated. Let's sit up. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Your legs are in front of you. And we're going to come back into pigeon pose here, but we're going to do it seated. So your left foot can come to your right thigh. And we're making that same pigeon shape with the legs, but we can lean back into the hands here and just play with this pose in a different format, really. We're used to doing it kind of lying down, a little more than this way. So you can lean back into your hands, and if this is intense for your hips, you can take your hands further away from you. If not, you can walk your hands towards you until you feel adequate sensation. Some people might be able to sit right up and bring their hands through to embrace the legs. Maybe. But remember this Panther energy of this great listener, this quiet achiever, this self-assuredness. So don't push yourself beyond what is comfortable. Keep yourself in luxury here. Breathe deep. Release the hinge of your jaw. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. As you breathe here, you might want to imagine yourself kind of within that soft black fur of the panther. You're just held within that quality of luxury. That quality of power. This feline quality of self-sovereignty, self-assuredness. When you're ready, you can just walk your hands back behind you and just uncross your legs. Maybe waggle your hips a little bit. Maybe just waggle your ankles a little bit, release your legs. And then we're going to do the same pose on the other side. So your right foot is coming to your thigh. And your left foot is to the floor, so you're just sitting in pigeon. Hands walk away or towards you until you find sensation, and you can adjust this as necessary throughout the next few minutes. Just become aware of the subtleties, the little micro adjustments that the body makes. So when you come across the Panther in whatever way in your life, it's sort of symbolic and signaling an awakening of the subtle awareness. Instead, when the Panther walks with you, she leads you to an opening of the psyche, an expansion of consciousness. And I love this for myself when I'm practicing. I close my eyes and I move into the depths of sensation, and new sensations begin to kind of light up inside of me. And the more of this I notice, the more I feel enlightened. The more of the subtle that I see, the more my awareness and consciousness expands. For me, this process is very gradual and very subtle and very natural. I used to always consider the enlightenment process of being like a big bang, it just happens, and I'm sure, for some people it is that way, but for most of us it's through the subtle, through the awareness. And through the quiet but oh so powerful moments in practice. Let's inhale here, you guys. Exhale, come out of that, lean back onto your hands to come out, and then straighten both of your legs along your mat and just roll your feet in and out a few times. Just do whatever movement helps you to release that last pose. And use blocks to support you here. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana, forward fold. But let this folding be this feeling of surrendering rather than pushing forward and pushing through. So if you know you have sort of rounding in your lower back, when you fold, prop yourself up onto a blanket so you can allow this sensation of folding forward to be a release. When I say folding, it might not look very foldy. It might be quite upright still, but that's fine. Just surrender and let go. Imagine yourself the Panther, or walking with the Panther into this self-assuredness, this self-sovereignty, this knowing of the self, this knowing of the subtle self, this opening of awareness. This is Panther medicine. This feeling of being with yourself as such delicious luxury. Release the hinge of your jaw and let go. Let's inhale here, you guys. And as you exhale, slowly, 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 bring yourself out. Take your time. And then we're going to separate the legs and come into a straddle pose here, so the legs are as wide as is comfortable. And then we fold forward again. We drop in again, just in a different position now. Surrendering, letting go, walking with the Panther. Just feeling the sensations arising and subsiding, and with each time there is this subsiding energy in the body. Let yourself go with that. You're walking with the Panther into that energy of surrender, letting go. Release the hinge of your jaw. And keep letting go with each exhalation. The breath takes you deeper. The power is in the silence, the stillness, and the surrender. Just feel your subtle awareness awakening with the magic of the Panther. Feel yourself expanded and opening. As you surrender to these subtle sensations. And slowly you guys inhale here. Exhale, take your time. Be very feline in your movements, move slowly, move easily. Come back to center, and then come to all fours in your own time. Once you find yourself on all fours, let's turn the fingertips out to the sides of your mat. And then rotate them all the way around so your fingers point towards you as best you can to get a nice stretch through the forearms. Now, if your wrists are tender, you can do this one hand at a time and use the other hand to support you. If you want a little more stretch, just lean your hips back. I'm sorry if my pacing was a bit fast then. I'll re-explain that. We're turning the hands out to the sides of the mat and then all the way around so fingers point towards you, just to stretch into the forearms. Release the hinge of your jaw. And just feel yourself fully present inside your own body. Fully embodied. This sort of cat energy that is so physical, so beautiful. Let's come out of that and just roll your hands in circles. Just rotate your hands one way and then the other. Gorgeous. And then just come to your left side. And we're just going to kind of lounge on the left hip really. So take your body into a nice long line along the left side of your mat. And just lean into your left hand so you feel a stretch along your left rib cage. You can play around with whether your hips want to come in a little bit towards the center of your mat, just to increase that stretch. So we're lounging now. I believe this is called lounge lizard, but for today we will call this the lounging panther. Just breathing in, opening up the side body. Just feeling yourself fully embodied now. And embodying the gifts of the panther, which include beauty, grace, and silence. Feel yourself a great listener, a quiet achiever. Know that the source of your power lies within your stillness. Beautiful, let's inhale here. Exhale, slowly come out and just bring yourself to the other hip and just do that posture on the other side. Just giving your side body a chance to stretch out. Release the hinge of your jaw, you guys. Beautiful, let's inhale here. Exhale, draw yourself out of that pose, taking your time. Do not allow yourself to be rushed. Lie down, bring your knees to your chest. As you inhale, feel your knees move away from the body as the belly expands. And as you exhale, just draw them closer, just letting the knees move with the breath. Inhale, belly expands, knees move away. Exhale, draw the knees in. And coming back to center, just drop your knees over to the right for a nice easy twist here. Very cat-like. Just bringing yourself into that attitude of Shavasana. Embodying that luxury. That self-assuredness that says, it is okay to give yourself this kind of luxury. Inhale here, you guys. Exhale back to center. Take your time. When you're ready, take that same stretch on the other side. Dropping your knees to the left, I believe. Beautiful, and inhaling, you guys, exhaling, coming back to center. Setting yourself up for Shavasana now. Giving yourself every luxury, every opportunity to drop into a beautiful, beautiful sense of relaxation. A beautiful place of stillness, of silence, knowing that this is where your power lies. I will leave you now to walk with the Panther deeper and deeper into stillness. With so much love. Namaste. Om yogis. And sitting or lying comfortably. Become aware of your breath. As you exhale, drop your mind down into your heart. With each exhalation, drop a little deeper into your heart. Become aware of your beating heart. Experience its powerful pumping action, pulsating throughout all the arteries and veins of the body. The pulsating throb of life. Know that it is this that nourishes every cell in your body with the life force. The pulsating throb of life. Really feel it now. Feel your own heart. Its powerful pumping action. Feel your own heart. This heart is not unique. It exists in the same form in every human being, whether they are black, white, yellow, red, Indian, British, Mongolian, whatever. Your heart is identical with the heart of every other human being. The life force that throbs through your body is the same. It is the same as that which throbs through every other human body. Now think of an animal. Each has a heart. though perhaps of a slightly different type. The very same life force that throbs through your body also throbs through their bodies. Think of a panther, the heart of a panther. The life force that throbs through your body also throbs through the body of a panther. Your life and all other forms of life, without any exception, are manifestations of the one life force. Your life and all other forms of life are manifestations of the one life force. And this one life force vibrates throughout the whole universe. Tuning into the pulsating throb of life in your heart space. Tunes you into the entire universe. Moving the awareness inwardly connects us with everything outside of us. This is lunar power. This is Panther medicine.